Hello and welcome to the cafe-isode. We are at Squeaky Creams. We are at Squeaky Creams, Artisanal Fromagery and Coffee Roastery. In cafe. Actually, now I say this sounds more and more plausible.
Yeah, cheese and coffee.
Yeah, we are definitely.
Why doesn't that exist?
I would pay.
It must do, but I've not been there yet. That's something for me.
Would it be like instead of foam on your coffee, like just a kind of a froth,
like a mascarpone?
Ricotta. Gorgonzola.
Disgusting.
All the strong flavours.
Just little instead of cocoa powder, it's just parmesan shavings over the top.
Cheese.
A foot latte.
Oh my god.
That's the thing. Parmesan is basically just athlete's foot as seasoning, isn't it?
No, it's water.
It smells horrible, but tastes lovely.
I love parmesan. I can pile it high on my pasta.
If I wanted the taste of sick, I'd just do a big burp. Anyway, we are definitely at this fictitious cafe and not around Jamie's dining room table in Caerphilly, having a lovely cup of tea after doing some recordings, doing not one of our usual pub-isodes, but doing a cafe-isode because it's earlier in the day. Yeah. And we're exhausted parents.
We're nearly 40. And
it's a bit more highbrow.
Yeah.
A bit more highbrow. And also I've got a 4-hour drive ahead. And Bailey's got at least 4 hours of being a mum.
Yeah.
And what we usually do with these is we just shoot the breeze the shoot.
Eat the cheese.
She's the brute.
She's the brute. Butter a cracker. That's not a euphemism.
Butter your cracker.
It is a euphemism. Jamie, you've got a good issue today for us.
Yes. So my topic for today's cafe-isode is escaping enough anymore when it comes to escape rooms? Sounds a bit weird.
Because previously they were just rooms, weren't they? And then wait,
we're going to try and get people to escape from these rooms. We thought, locked doors, we can get money in there. So like the escape room industry has been around for a decade now, a little bit longer than that, about a decade in the UK. And for the most part, you go into a room, you have 60 minutes, you solve puzzles, you unlock the door that you are locked in, and you escape. Great. But things are changing now, and loads of other games are doing other things that don't mean escaping. And health and safety regulations means that you can't be locked in, and probably rightly so. Given that the industry is probably matured, is escaping enough anymore?
I think it's a really good question because if you look at, we've spoken before about the sinking death of a lot of escape rooms across the like post-COVID, like the kind of the market's definitely changed, and cost of just sort of existing as a business, and people have less disposable income now. So there's definitely kind of like a whittling happening right now of escape rooms, where the ones that are a bit weaker are, to be honest, not even the ones that are weaker, but just the ones that are strong are surviving, and the ones that may be a little bit less strong are withering on the vine. And one of the distinctive features of those tends to be that it's more than just escaping. We were talking before the episode about topics and things, and immersive theatre has come into escape games in a much bigger way. It used to be that you'd have room with live actors. It was not just a way to kind of guarantee a cringe out of me and a way to go, cool, that's the room I won't do that. Yeah. But like it's now a pretty well built-in fixture to these kinds of experiences. And having some manner of gimmick is now, it's now sort of par for the course, really. Yeah. And sort of the big differentiator, and it feels like it's the direction that things are going a little bit to me.
Well, I suppose like it's again, I think like kind of like I think it's like things have like you say in the last few years, like costs and that kind of thing. Like for me, like having like a child as well, like it just limits your time to be able to go out and do them too. Just in terms of factors like that, kind of maybe why then escape rooms need to kind of feel they have to pick up and add the novelty or
it's like it's more of an event now. It's like if you're paying 120 quid.
Well, especially with the cost, because it's like. But then I suppose you've got other things like bigger kind of events and things to go to. So I've not been to them, but I've heard of them, like Wake the Tiger.
I love Wake the Tiger.
So that's like kind of, but that I think
Wake the Tiger?
Yeah, so Wake the Tiger is an immersive art installation in
but
Bristol.
Has it got puzzles in it?
No puzzles. It's all
I was told that
exploration. There's secret doors, secret passageways, and hiding holes and stuff like that.
Oh, like Punch Drunk.
Yes, like Mask of the Red Death when we went to see that, like that.
Yeah, it's just like a post-apocalyptic, climate-changey theme. It looks like someone has sort of watched Alice in Wonderland while tripping balls and thought, I'm going to do that. With the sort of, this apocalyptic sheen over the top of it. It's really fun. Really good place to just explore. I've been here a couple of times. There's one in Bristol. They are opening one in London soon.
Oh, sick. I want to do that.
But there's no puzzles to solve.
Oh, okay.
It's just
sorry. I think maybe
explore.
The corridors. Again, I haven't been there, but it's just kind of feedback that I'd had. No. So maybe it was just like the secret rooms and stuff.
Yeah, it's that intersection between escape room fans and immersive theatre fans. Like it's the kind of thing
finding rooms. It's escaping rooms and then finding rooms.
Yeah, it's the dopamine hit you get off finding a new space.
Yeah.
You open up a door that could be a wardrobe. And then you open up the back of the wardrobe, and suddenly you're in a different place.
Yeah,
and you pull a book, and the bookcase opens. It's that kind of vibe.
Yeah, there's one. Again, not been myself, but is there one in Ireland as well? That's like kind of lots of different. You can kind of choose the amount of puzzles you do or something.
That's cool.
So it's like kind of, I think there's been like mashups, like kind of bigger events. Again, apologies if you know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if I do. And I'm not explaining it very well. But I just think it kind of, I think there's these kind of like mashups of the like just a themed room when you've got other kind of options, probably maybe similar prices, maybe a bit more, or maybe a bit less if they kind of a bit more like getting more people through the door, and don't have to just have like 4 or 6 people in a room.
Did Alan tell you about Bridge Command?
Yes.
So we did, myself, Danny, Alan and John did Bridge Command in London recently. And this is, I think, a good example of this, where if you search escape room in an area, you will get these kinds of things showing up now as well. And I guess it's because they're doing the SEO for it. They're going, okay, the same crowd who like an escape room will probably like this. But for those who don't know, Bridge Command is, I'd say, an immersive game. So you are the crew of a starship going and doing missions, and you've got live actors, you've got a big kind of starship set to do. There's lots of physical things to do and computer. And it's really good fun. It's really, really good fun. Lots of kind of like very heavy role play element to it. You're kind of going as deep as you want to, but it's a real kind of, when you sort of are actually kind of having to kind of fix things on the fly and work out how to do things, there's the bleed between that and the whole escape room thing is really distinct, and you can see why they're targeting the same groups of people. It's the bleed between those things now is just so big. It's all kind of within this sort of wider immersive game kind of space. I don't even know maybe if like escape rooms are a subcategory of that now. I
think so. The to take like an extreme example of that is the Locksmith's Dream, or the Key of Dreams that they do in Monmouthshire. Where it's the 24 hours, I think I've mentioned it a few times on the podcast, 24 hours you're in this manor house, there's like a Lovecraftian theme over the top of it, and you just, loads of different challenges to solve. You can open up lock boxes if you want. You can find these little snippets of poetry around the house that combine together, and that's the daytime. In the nighttime, you then can choose a quest to find an artifact, which involves going to certain parts of the house, interacting with the characters that are in the house.
So the actors in the house?
There's about half a dozen actors there that you can just speak to throughout the day. And they just they've got their own lives and stuff that they will do even if you don't interact with them.
Wow. So they're kind of playing out like a script,
yeah, so they've got it all
like routine.
Full story. So there's one
and
bit,
you just happen upon them.
Yeah, or you can speak to them directly and get clues or snippets and things like that.
So that's very much like Mask of the Red Death again, isn't it? Because there were like plays going on in performances. No. Well, you could in some of them.
No, because they would grab you, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I suppose it's not on your... They would interact with you.
Pull you into their thing.
I remember one actress was in the scene and she took my hand and we went under in the bottom of a dresser. And we were just both like sat and she gave me a flower.
Oh, wow. That's
And I
cool.
had the flower for ages. I tried it out and stuff. But yeah, and then she just left and I was just in the bottom of a dress. But it was like that. But I suppose that's not you interacting with them. They're choosing to interact with you, aren't they? But it's still
similar sort of vein, isn't it?
It's just the other way
Yeah,
around.
sorry, by the way, listeners, Mask of Red Death is what was a sort of installation, immersive theatre piece, which we did back in 2007, I believe, by internationally renowned
Punch Drunk.
Yeah, immersive theatre company Punch Drunk. It was set in Battersea
Art Centre.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, they like completely did the Battersea Art Centre as the manor house in Mask of the Red Death, as that Edgar Allan Poe story.
Wow.
And then they had in different rooms, they like made there was other Edgar Allan Poe stories being performed.
That's cool.
So it was like the Black Cats and the Rave, it was the Rave, like Nevermore and everything, like those kind of things.
That's really cool.
And then, but there was also a space in the middle, if you found it, where it was like a bar, wasn't it? And there was like the performance, but then you could also go backstage and see all the actors like that. So where you
nice.
it depended where you walked.
Yeah.
And then at the end, there was like everyone came together, wasn't it?
And,
That's really
it was
cool.
really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, like it blew our minds. It blew my mind.
Mind, yeah,
Mine remains
yeah,
blown.
yeah. Yes, yeah, mind blowing.
When we did the Locksmith stream, we were the only ones in the entire group of people. There were about a dozen, I think, people there because you stay in the manor house. There's only so much room. We were the only ones there that were escape room fans. Everybody else was an immersive theatre fan, or they were a fan of the IP that the game was based on. The original game was based on a game called Cultist Simulator, so they didn't care for escape rooms, but they loved that story.
So you've got an audience then, haven't you?
So everybody had a different reason for coming, and it meant that they approached the game in a different way. So I was the one running around the house, unlocking boxes, and like doing the big mission that you have to like put a lantern in a window at a certain time and translate it. Other people were just there to interact with the NPCs because they wanted the immersion side of it. So we all took something different from it, and it was all the same game. It was really good.
There was, sorry, I was just going to say, it's finished now again. I only found out about it towards the end. Was You, Me and Bum Bum Chain?
I've heard a lot about You, Me, Bum Bum Train.
Yeah. I don't know anything about it. Otherwise,
K-pop band?
No, it was... No, it was a theatre, but like it was really... Like, no, you couldn't talk about it when she'd seen it. You, Me, Bum Bum Train.
Wasn't it like it was an immersive theatre experience for one person?
Yeah. So you went through, I think, and it was, again, if you knew about it, it was very kind of, and it's stopped now, but it relied a lot on like volunteers. Like I found out about it, but it was like maybe like 3 months before it finished, but they were asking for like volunteers and stuff on it. Again, you couldn't talk about what happened in it because it would spoil it.
Can we talk about it now?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
If you've experienced You, Me, Bum Bum Train and would like to talk about it on the podcast, please write in.
PO Box. Bum Bum Train. It was again. But I heard like celebrities had done it, and like it was kind of quite maybe a bit exclusive, maybe because it was, if you were in the right circles, you'd know about it, and kind of getting a ticket to it was like more than Hamilton, like when that was first out, So but again, I think it's that crossover, isn't it, with experiences. And again, where you live, because you have to be in London to experience that as well. So I suppose the good thing about escape rooms is that really it's a very accessible form of immersive theatre, maybe, if you look at it, because there's regionally, it's lots of places. It can be really individualized. It can, the topics are really different. But yeah, so I suppose, is escaping enough? I suppose to I think that there will always be a need for it, because to be honest, like I really enjoy let's just solve clues and escape. Like as I'm getting older, the thought of kind of having to interact with an actor and everything is a bit more.
Yeah, if I wanted to interact with people, I'd be out interacting.
I'd go do something. Like, I want to just be with my, 4 friends, whatever, and I want to have time with them. I don't want to have to consider an actor in it as well. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's always going to be, I think escaping will be enough. Maybe it will just become niche as it opens up. So it will, I think it'll always be there, but maybe that will become a premium. Maybe if you did just want a straightforward, there won't be as many, but because the others are expanding for whatever reason, whether it's like fat money or just ideas and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so, I wonder when the scene first started, I think the novelty of we're locked in a room. This is there's tension in it. It's a bit of excitement. It's a bit of a thrill. But now, for very good reason, they can't actually lock you in anymore. And I'm all 100% on board with that. The novelty may have worn off slightly. And I think there's only so many stories that you can legitimately fit into that locked room theme before you start to do the same thing. So I think breaking out of that means you can do more things. It's no longer an escape room. It's a heist room. You're not trying to get out. You're trying to smuggle something in or that kind of thing. But what escape rooms, a few that I've played have done quite well is stick to the main escape mechanic, but add in another element that changes the game just slightly, that even if you escape within 30 minutes, you can stay in the room for the remainder of the full hour and enjoy the game. So there's one in Newport called Redbeard's Revenge, where most of the puzzles are escape to get out, and you could do that in half an hour, maybe if you're really quick. But you can stay there for the full hour, just racking up points. There's loads of puzzles in it. Just puzzles upon puzzles upon puzzles.
I really want to do that one.
It's a really good room.
Yeah.
Really good fun. And you can choose when to leave once you've done that main puzzle, but then you stay there because you want to rack up points. On the flip side, again, another pirate theme one, in mid Wales, where part of the game is all, there's more traditional escape, but part of the game gives you achievements for doing certain things. So you get bonus points for dancing, for singing, for talking like a pirate, singing a shanty.
Oh, that's cool.
That kind of thing.
That was really, Alan and I did that. It was really good fun.
It's good. The Cursed Galleon in Rumination in Mid Wales.
No, that's not.
You
did Redbeard in Newport, didn't you?
That's right. So Redbeard. Well, when I played it, didn't do rewards for shanties and stuff. They might do now. But yeah, they're both pirate rooms. But yeah, so I wonder if it's just, even if you haven't got to ditch the mechanic at all, you can just maybe insert other game elements into the room.
I like the idea of point accumulation. That interests me. Like, I will win. But there was one I did recently in Swansea last year that was like a zombie theme, but it was on a bus.
Oh, the old prison van.
And you start off in like a cell, and you've each got to get out or work out how to between you to unlock the cells, and then you start the room.
I see. I'm wondering. So the question was like, is escaping enough anymore? And we sort of mentioned novelty, and I think that's the thing. It's like, you're right. The actual kind of the whole idea of escape room initially was very much the novelty, and it's like, what's the hook? It's ultimately what's the hook that's A, drawing you in, and B, making it a unique experience. I'm thinking back to when we went to our Nottingham room tour a couple of weeks ago. Just sort of rattling through a few of them. So the Escape the Caves rooms, we did 2 rooms with them. And the novelty is very much the space. It's a very authentic space. It's in caves. And it's really kind of, and a lot of authentic kind of sort of props and gear, very authentic setting. But the real hook there is the caves.
Yeah.
And then the kind of the escape room itself is sort of, that's the mechanic that's sort of, the escape room has become the mechanic. It's sort of become the setting for it. And again, that wasn't even an escape room. That was an art, what's the word? Not mystery men. History boys.
History, yeah. The Monuments Men.
Monuments Men. History boys. Right? Monuments Men.
That's a film, but
Monuments Men sort of thing. And then the other one was...
That was Dracula.
Oh yeah, that was really good. But they were really sort of situated in the caves, and that was the thing. We had Robert of Locksley, which again was a very space related one.
Oh yeah,
and had some very fun space and kind of thematically related things. So again, the hook wasn't really the escape element of it, and the puzzle element. The hook was very much the puzzles and the interactions. Immaterium, the Warhammer 40k one, was thematic. Like that was the whole thing with that, was that it was really drawing on the lore wonderfully. It was wonderful kind of immersion in the space. It was just, it was meaty and scrumptious. Again, the puzzles were good fun, but like the real joy of being in that room was this real feeling that you were in a ship trapped in a warp storm with chaos gods scratching at the outside of the walls. It was good. Great. It was so good. And just sort of thinking of other rooms, it's like, okay, going through, there was it, the butcher. The whole novelty of that one was the horror aspect of it, not the puzzle solving bit of it. It was the horror, the live actor, the darkness, people going up to you in a fridge and freaking out. We were reflecting on the time that you would have really enjoyed it. You would have had a lovely time in there.
Oh, great. sounds great.
Shit.
I would have. And I think that's like adding to the atmosphere, isn't it? You know, not just this is a room, get out. It is like the outside of it. So maybe on the prison, the zombie one, maybe if they'd added like people like that on the outside, like to that sense of urgency, like to create the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So... But then I that maybe just heightening it.
Yeah.
You know, just,
not
so maybe not like an actor, like, I'm a scientist and I got locked in here.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be that. It could just be like people like adding to the atmosphere of it. Like you saw like the gods one you said with the outside and
the 40k room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. I broke Mike again. So I think that's the, you know, elevating it. But you're still escaping a room.
Yeah. I think a lot of the rooms we talked about, the things that we've been discussing aren't necessarily puzzles, it's moments. It's that bit that we did when that happened. Yeah. Or do you remember that was really cool when we did this thing? So maybe that's what they're chasing, is to create moments that are memorable enough that word of mouth spreads. Because you can't talk about an escape room once you've done it with people who haven't done it, because you spoil the puzzles. But if there's a moment, like when we played the butcher, I tell everybody that there was a point where the lights went out and you could hear the butcher character getting closer to me. And I was huddled into the small corner of a wall by an executioner's chair while I heard this pipe scraping across the ground towards me while he's bellowing through this mask. And no one gives a fuck about what the puzzles are like. That's the bit that's going to stay with them. And, you know, all right, because it's a horror theme, it could go either way. That could put them off it or make them want to do it. But
I'd cry.
But as a recommendation for a room,
gibbering.
like the puzzles were fine.
Yeah.
But if you want to chase that kind of memory, then that's a glowing recommendation.
That is such a good way of articulating it. It's not so much about novelty, it's about creating those memorable moments. Yeah. It's memorable moments with your friends. Yeah. It's like it's not that escape rooms escaping isn't enough. It's that the room has to create memorable moments with your friends. And it used to, like back in the dawn of the escape room, the sheer novelty of, guys, we all worked together and we solved the puzzle and we got into that lockbox and we got the Mao-Wam within. Like, do you remember that Mao-Wam? Nothing's ever tasted sweeter. Whereas now it's like, do you remember when we played Bridge Command and we fired that nuclear bomb and we said, John, you need to reverse the spaceship because John was driving the spaceship. So we reversed us like a foot. And then we got forward past the nuclear bomb. Despite the fact of the whole warning being like, it's a big bomb. Probably back the fuck up. And John being like, no. But those wonderful, memorable moments. And again, like, so Robin of Lockskey, memorable moment for you?
Spoilers for Robin of Lockskey, the slide.
The slide. Opening
up a trapdoor and there's a fucking slide into the basement, the cellar. That's like the original foundations of the building. It was amazing.
And not like a kind of Fisher-Price slide. It's like an actual like old good slide or something. Yeah. Like an old coal chute or something. Magic.
Proper like sort of cross your arms over and, you know, pray to Jesus before you go down. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. And that's the bit that we all collectively were like, oh my God, that was amazing. The puzzles were solid as well. Really good set of puzzles. But that was the bit that we talked about afterwards. So I suppose that's what immersive theatre does, is just creates that again and again and again and again and again.
But then I suppose the difference with something like Massacre, Punch Drunk stuff tends to be quite individualistic. It's like it's a very much a personal experience. A lot of the fun with it is that it's quite personal and you're sort of encouraged to break off from your friends and family.
And have your own.
And have your own kind of thing. And then because there's so much happening, you can't see it all, and then you all come together and you kind of share what you've done. And that's
that one as well. We were all masked. We all had masks on, like plague masks.
Oh, that's fun.
And capes.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really tell
who was
who everyone was.
You've just described an orgy, really.
Yeah. But I was thinking it was creating memorable moments, and then you all came together and sort of shared. Like it very much encourages you. It creates this wonderful kind of thing where you come back together again afterwards, and you're like, "Did you find the room where they were doing this?" It's like, no, what? Sorry, what? And I said, oh, no, okay, so there's this greenhouse, and I was in there, and then a guy came in, and then this like whole thing came out, and there were explosions and stuff. I did, not Viola's room, the one before.
Was it the Greek god?
Yes, it was that one. I can't remember what it's called. It was fantastic. Anyway, but and that's. But you're right. I think that's the thing. It's very much it's creating moments. But not in a kind of, naff Instagram way of like, we're creating moments.
Not curated,
with
like real.
Painted wings on the wall. Take a photo of yourself with the wings on the wall.
Big flower wall. Yeah. It's actual organic happens moments, not like this is curated for your social media feed.
Yeah.
Sometimes with an escape room, even if the room itself is good, they can not stick the landing and have the ending be a bit of a damp squib as well. Like you're building up to this big thing, this Egyptian temple's going to crash down on you if you don't solve the puzzles, and you put the final key in the lock and the door just goes boop, and the GM's on the other side going, well done, gang. Right? That kind of just takes a nosedive in terms of like the spectacle of it. So maybe escaping is enough if you make the ending more not cinematic. Yeah, just give it a sense of tension of adrenaline to it as well.
To match what you've the room.
Yeah.
Is it memorable? I mean, I guess maybe that's the thing. It's like escaping can be enough. An escape room can be enough if you've got it builds to an incredible conclusion. It's got a great story and setting, or it's got like some sort of puzzle interaction you've never seen before that is really fun to do, or like makes you and your friends work together in a way you've never seen. But like the first time that I remember the very first time we worked out, we had to do like people in one room and like a human daisy chain shouting from like one side of the room to another, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And that's like, I still remember that super clearly then, my first escape room. So maybe just, I guess, building towards, if we can start circling towards an answer, to me the answer is yes, escaping can be enough if it's memorable, but escape rooms have to have memorable moments in them. Memorable good, by the way, because I've got some shit memorable moments as well.
Fair.
Memorable moments in them in order to thrive.
And make sure that the tension or the excitement matches like the pace of the room as well. So quickly going back to the Nottingham example, Robin of Lock's Key, we all agreed hands down our favourite room. Didn't stick the ending that well. We got to the last bit and we opened the door and we were like, oh, we're done. Okay. The puzzle that we solved 5 minutes earlier was a much more dramatic exit and sort of went down slightly in my estimation, but not by much. It was a great room. But on the flip side, the Butcher, which was, I'm not a fan of horror rooms per se, it was fine. But the ending, crawling through a crawl space while you hear the maniac behind us, like frantically going, come on, that was a much more dramatic way to exit a room. So that lifted it for me. Yeah.
What happened if you didn't escape that?
Apparently you just sort of take your shoes.
You took your shoes?
You just take your shoes.
You'd have loved it, Bailey. You'd have absolutely loved it.
I would have a stroke.
It was pitch black.
Oh my God.
When the lights go down, like you can't see a thing.
Your hand in front of your face.
Yeah, because it's underground as well.
Holy moly. God.
I would pay to be in the operating room, like the control room, with Bailey doing that.
All right, I thought you meant the operating room after,
I was going to say after. I would lose my mind. I'd lose my mind. I don't know. I wouldn't be any help. I wouldn't solve anything. I'd just be like, bah! They're just like squawking like a chicken. Oh, God. Yeah.
So I think escaping can be enough, especially if you are more puzzly inclined as opposed to chasing the story or the theme. But for some escape rooms, I think, a bit more work needs to be done to work the pacing out of the room. It's not just puzzle, get out. There's got to be like a through line that makes you, that sort of amps up your excitement.
A story.
Yeah, and there's that sort of ebb and flow and hopefully goes to some sort of dramatic conclusion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to end on a high.
Yeah.
If you escape.
If you escape, if you fail, then fair enough. The GM just comes in going, sorry, you fucked up.
Sorry, guys.
You shit.
You don't get it. You don't get the moment. No moment for you.
So we put the escape room question to rights for the day. We normally tail off a pubisode or indeed a cafe-isode with a wee recommendation.
Oh, God.
What have people got on their recommendation plate? Little gift bag. What have people bought in their little paper gift bags for recommendations?
I've got another podcast called The Rest is Science, which is hosted by mathematician Hannah Fright, and I can't remember his last name, Michael, who runs Vsauce on YouTube. It's great. It's a science podcast, but they really make it really accessible. They talk about the big stuff, like is anything ever truly random? and questions about the life, the universe, and everything. There's a really good one where they dissect this message that was sent out into space in the 70s to look for extraterrestrial life, and talk about just how bullshit it is, because since the 70s we've discovered so many new things about the universe and ourselves that are now blatantly wrong on this thing that we've beamed out into the stars.
Oh, for shame.
Oh, no.
The best fact about that was the fact that they didn't calculate for the fact that, things in the universe move, and they beamed it at something that was several thousand light years away. By the time it gets there, whatever it was pointed at is going to be very far away. But they would have missed it. It's just they beam in bullshit to nobody. But yeah, they're really good hosts. I love both these. Us and Hannah Fry as well. And the podcast is really accessible, really good fun. The rest is science.
Again, I think mine's a podcast because that's all I listen to at the moment. So it's Josh Widdicombe's Museum of Pop Culture. So he does, it's like 3 or 4 episode arcs, like series, but it's like the rise and fall of Noel Edmonds and Mr. Blobby.
Oh wow!
The Clive Sinclair and C5 electric car.
Oh, cool.
That was his most recent one. That was really interesting. And it's like him and he has like a guest on, like another comedian, I think, that just, I can't remember the names. Susie Ruffle was one, she did the Spice Girls. So yeah, so it's all like kind of like David Hasselhoff and the Fall of the Berlin Wall and all that. So it's like a series, and they like 4 episodes on each one.
Oh wow, so it's in depth.
Yeah. So it's really, the Noel Edmond one was really
I'm sorry, because I was addicted for a while to a podcast called History of the 90s. But it was like a much more kind of Americanized version. So I'm
very British.
I'm all over both these, especially because I think Hannah Fry's a little bit of a smoke show.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
She was on the another podcast, the Romesh Ranganathan show.
Oh, cool.
And it did an interview.
Oh, nice.
They were talking about AI, and it was really depressing.
Yeah,
but she's great.
She is. Yeah. She's lovely. Hannah Fry, we love her.
Louis Through did an interview with him as well, and that's a really good episode.
Oh, cool.
I'd really recommend that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm so sold on both of these.
Yeah.
That's good. I've got a 4-hour drive ahead of me later. I can start rattling through some of these. I would like to recommend. I've got so many things to recommend. Actually, I'll recommend a book / audiobook. So pick your poison, really. Ade Edmondson, Beserker. It's his autobiography, and it's wonderful. Ade Edmondson is a very, very, very smart and interesting person.
Yeah.
And you just have to kind of, once you sort of look at his career after Bottom and the young ones, or sort of beyond, I should say, beyond the Bottom and the young ones, you realise he's actually an incredibly talented kind of comic actor, writer, musician, everything. Has had a really interesting life and just has a very interesting way of kind of portraying things. I'd say it's a fantastic read. Laura and I listened to it on a long drive because we do lots of long drives. And it's read by Ed Edmondson. It's wonderful.
Oh, is it read by him?
Yeah, he's a national treasure.
I love him.
It's
for international listeners, what would be the closest thing that they would probably know Ade Edmondson from? I'm not sure if Bottom really made it across the Atlantic.
Would they have seen the young ones? I don't know if they would.
Young ones. Yeah. He was in the recent Alien show.
Really?
Oh, Alan saw him and was like, but he's not funny. I got really confused. I'm sure he said it was Ade Edmondson. He's in loads of like dramas.
Oh, he's in one of those Star Wars films as well.
Oh, yeah.
A random Sith Imperial officer.
Yeah. I'm sure he said it. Alan is really into like the Aliens franchise. So I'm pretty sure he said it was Ade Edmondson. Sorry if I'm wrong.
Well, international listeners, just watch The Young Ones. It's an incredible artifact
of British culture.
It really is. It is British culture of that time distilled down.
Student life.
Oh, it's so good. It's aged so well as well.
It is, yeah. And for that matter, Bottom as well is also a fantastic comedy. I'd say also aged as well.
Yeah. He was in a couple of Blackadder's as well, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Oh. He was in Blackadder, the German in Blackadder.
He was,
wasn't he?
Yes.
It was the same one with Rick Mayall, where Rick Mayall played Flashheart.
Yes, yeah.
Him and Rick Mayall were best of pals.
Yeah. Great comedy duo.
Yeah. But there's a lot on the history of that as well.
Ooh, okay.
There's some
spice.
There is some spice.
Yeah, I don't think I think they were just such a close relationship, and then that's not always smooth sailing.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I won't spoil it for you, but
no.
That sounds like a good read. Nice.
I think I think I'll get that. Yeah. What's it called? Berserker. I love an autobiography.
Yeah.
I think I'm more into that than like a fiction biography.
I mean, if you want some more good autobiography picks, Eddie Izzard's one.
Wow, nice.
Excellent. I found Robert Webb's one really interesting. David Mitchell's is excellent as well. Victoria Coram Mitchell's one is brilliant as well. And that was, I think she wrote
these
that
people
before she met David.
Nice.
It's really excellent. But anyway, sorry, I could rattle about that.
Yeah, no. They were
all going in the pile.
Great picks. Yes, yeah.
Well, the hipster barista, the hipster Fromagery has come over and threatened to grate more athlete's foot onto our food.
Yum, yum,
He's there
yum.
with a piping hot raclette. He's just going to scrape over
Over your latte.
Get out.
extra foam, sir.
Yeah, and unsurprisingly, the place is being closed down by environmental health with -5 stars. Have you seen this food? It's all mouldy.
That's what gives it flavour.
Yes. That's why we come.
We had best go out not so much into the night as into the mid-afternoon to perhaps dip into a Greg's and get some real food.
Now we're talking.
Yes, sausage roll. So,
Steak bake.
thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed the episode, you can subscribe to us on all of your favourite apps, feeds, iTunes, and at theinfiniteescaperoom.com. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do so via all of the socials apart from Twitter. Original episode artwork is by Dom Jordan. You can hit up his artwork at domjordanillustration.com. And if you really, really, really enjoy this episode, all episodes, then why not head over to patreon.com/theinfiniteescaperoom to be precise, where you can join up for as little as £1 a month to get early access to episodes, our exclusive Patreon cut, which includes deep dives and puzzle breakdowns of our escape room episodes, and with our top tiers, access to the often unwisely unedited full recordings, which includes a lot of
Rat puppets. And
yeah, a lot of
talking about space jizz.
yeah, a lot of not good stuff in there. To be I wrote a bit of code recently to look through, well, to A, transcribe, and then B, look through all of our episode transcripts and discovered that I have said fuck over 780, probably more now, times in all of our
add one more to it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus one income, we need to add that into the code. Anyway, we love you lots, and we'll see you next time on the Infinite Escape Room. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.